intensive training for 3 months. The training involves language training. It involves what we call technical training, adapting their skills from the U.S. to the country because the ways of working, the equipment may be a little bit different. So they need to work at the level where the people that they're going to serve are. Like if a rural village, it's going to be training them to work at the level of farmers in the village. If it's with teachers, working at the level of teachers in the Gambia, following the rules, regulations, expectations of the country. They also get intensive training in cross-cultural adaptation. So our volunteers are trained basically in rural areas, in the villages, because most of them serve in the villages in the Gambia with farmers, with teachers in rural areas, but also promoting health with health centers in the rural area.
Therefore, it is incumbent that they learn some of the local languages.
It's mandatory. When they are assigned to work in a place, let's say a village that speaks Mandenka, they are trained in Mandenka. They learn Mandenka before they go to their sites. We do believe that to do development work in rural areas, the development worker must speak the language of the people in order to connect, in order to understand their needs, to understand their culture, but also to work with them in a very respectful way. We respect the people we work with, we show respect, and they return the same respect to us. Development work, if it's going to be sustainable, is based on respecting people and believing that they can acquire skills and then do the job by themselves. So you're there as a catalyst who understand their context and work together, transferring skills until you phase yourself out of the project and people take over.
Now, who funds the Peace Corps? Is it the State Department that funds them? They are volunteers.
Yes.
How are they funded?
Peace Corps programs are funded by the federal government. The budget for the Peace Corps is voted by the Congress. It serves to support volunteers in the field, like travel, medical care, logistical support, but also to fund the operations of the office in the country, the staff that work for Peace Corps, and small projects sometimes that people initiate in the village. Peace Corps provides those funds to support operations in the field. But Peace Corps does not work as the USAID. The USAID provides money, works with governments, whereas the Peace Corps provides the people, human-to-human kind of work, transferring skills, training, and working together, hands in hands, on specific issues that the community determines important for themselves.
Your office, the directorate of the Peace Corps, oversees the activities of the Peace Corps. What else do you do?
It's essentially overseeing the activities of the Peace Corps, which involves different sectors. One, as a director of the Peace Corps, I'm responsible for hiring and managing the Peace Corps staff. We have approximately 46 employees working at the Peace Corps office. Only 2 of them are Americans. Everybody else is Gambians. Programs are managed by Gambians. We have what we call program managers. One of them is here, Jibril, and 2 others who are not here. And then we have support volunteers, staff. Doing basic things like travel, logistics, providing health care, visiting volunteers, supervising the work they do. But the most important part of it is working with the government on the priorities of the government and traveling in the countryside to develop the sites where these volunteers will work with the communities that need them. That's the kind of general support that we provide. And of course, financial management.
Globally, how big is the Peace Corps?
Globally, Peace Corps is now in about 76 countries in Africa, in Latin America, in the Middle East, and in Asia, and some parts of Europe. The numbers at this time, I think it's about 8,000 volunteers globally in the whole world, serving now.
We mentioned that governments request for Peace Corps in certain areas. Let's take, for example, Gambia,
Right.
where agriculture is the backbone of the economy. Do you have a lot of requests for Peace Corps in the agriculture sector?
Yes, we have a program. One of the three sectors is in agriculture, environment sector, working under the Ministry of Agriculture. And we work together with the extension workers in rural areas, not doubling, doing the same thing, but going to those villages where there is nobody, or the extension worker cannot cover all the villages. So we go to those villages to promote food production with the goal of achieving food security in general. And we are involved in helping farmers with better techniques for agricultural production, specifically in gardening during the dry season, and crops production during the rainy season, rice, millet, corn, groundnuts. So our volunteers, when they are in a particular village, they work with farmers around to teach best practices, best techniques for increasing production.
You mentioned earlier on the USAID, and which you said is unlike the Peace Corps.
Right.
What makes them so different? USAID has projects whilst the Peace Corps don't implement projects.
Yeah.
Is that one of the...
The USAID is a part of the State Department, whereas Peace Corps is totally independent from those departments. Peace Corps is a volunteer corps. It's not political, whereas the USAID is a branch of the State Department mission. So most of the development money, cooperation country to country, will go through the USAID.